Hello and welcome to another SupremeCommander cast today, and thank you for coming. We've got BlackDeathVsPlasmaWolf on Canis River. Very small map, tiny map, and it's a long match. So yeah, fireworks. First thing to note is that Black Death is quite much more. That is awful grammar. Black Death is more highly rated than PlasmaWolf by quite a bit. Yet PlasmaWolf seem to have stuck it out during this match in a way, so I'm guessing either PlasmaWolf does incredibly amazing things and either survives or doesn't survive, but either which way, he's going to have to do some incredibly amazing things, which he might, or maybe Black Death just does a major derp. We'll have to see, because you don't expect a match between a skill difference this large on the map this small to go on for so long. So hopefully we have a good match. With a bit of luck. Already PlasmaWolf is being aggressive with the Hunter, which is good because it is a tiny map, so he's got the Hunters out. Hopefully this is a Scout here. Now Hunters go out first because they're slower. They're slower than Scouts. The Hunters go first, so the Scout catches up, so then you can see all the Engineers and can raid them effectively, and the Engineers out on the map, so maybe your days are pretty numbered. Hey, I haven't actually looked at an Engineer quite so close. There's actually some pretty impressive detail on these guys. Too busy microing my macro in and whatnot to actually really appreciate the detail. And there he goes off the screen. But the killer group is going, so we might not enjoy being able to enjoy looking at the finer details of the AO Engineers for that much longer. Here's a thought. You know how all units have names? Like that's a Spirit and that's a Hunter and Engineers, they're just called Engineers. Engineers don't have special names. They're just called Engineers. A thing died. Oh no, no, wrong way, wrong way, go back. So not too effective from the Hunters, right straight into the ACU. Not good. If, ooh, there's some derping going on over here. So if you are really careful, you can actually look on the radar and you can tell by the different speeds of the units which is the commander, just by looking at the radar blips and how fast they're moving. So that is a way to tell if you're about to run into a commander. You don't want to do that. Running into commanders will end your day. And you've got, what are these guys? The flares. Yeah, Engineer don't have special names. They're just Engineers. After all the time I've spent playing this game. See, these are the things you just don't notice when you're actually playing. Nice reclaim. I like the reclaim. Tons of it. Or, I don't think this is showing up correctly. There is reclaim there. But that's it. That's apparently nothing else is. So, that's not quite right. Yeah, reclaim is good. Reclaim is life. So already we're at the 3-minute mark and Black Death has, to say he has map control isn't quite correct, but he's got a radar unit here, he's got an Engineer up here, he's got a Scout up here. PlasmaWolf is contained-ish in this whole quarter of the map. He's about to run out with his 2 Mantises, which is cute. No super fast Russian teching either side. Black Death has an econ advantage, not major, but the way this, if he's able to maintain that, things can kind of cascade in a way that compound interest does, and it does, depending on your timescales, of course, and all that kind of stuff. Because you need the right amount of timescales and time for compound interest to do its thing, and if you do, you can be rich, assuming you had lots of money to start off in the first place, which is not usually the case. So. Compounded interest, limited value, it depends on the situation. Ooh, Bomber. Zeus. Bombers, are you godlike? I expect godlike things from you, Mr. Bomber who's named after a god. Go kill the things. Kill the things. There's a thing, there are you, go kill it. It's easy. Do it before your enemy builds in the aircraft, which he... A bold move on a map like this, or on any map really, to not go air factory second or at least third, and hopefully the godlike Bomber will make him pay for his folly. He made that Engineer pay for his folly. If an Engineer, bear with me, is an automated unit and it does a thing, is the folly belonging to the Engineer or the person who programmed the AI of the Engineer? Or is it Black Death's folly for the folly of his units? Where does responsibility in the folly units lie? Hydro-common attack? I am not sure if that is the best choice. I don't think he's going to linger on that with the AI going around. He's probably best suited to going for the bombers or maybe 1 or 2 runs on these. I think it's 2 runs will kill out a P-Gen, and then that's all going to explode in the way that P-Gens do. And P-Gens do, if you know what I mean. And I think you do know what I mean. Because you've had your P-Gen explode on me before. I know you have. Oh, that was a nice hit. Okay, so I think this bomber is living up to his namesake. He not quite up to the 25 kills that I have seen before in the T1 bomber, but he might get there if he keeps this up. But yeah, the air factory is coming out a bit late, but response to the bomber. Okay, so PlasmaWolf is in the economic lead. He is pushed out, he's controlling half the map. He's got a bomber that's causing utter chaos. I want this bomber to survive and live. I do, I really do. I have hopes and dreams. But when a fighter comes out, his fighters are here. So when a fighter comes out over here to kill the bomber's going to die. So I really want these fighters coming up here to hit the bomber, rather just for my own personal satisfaction of seeing the bomber do really well. Obviously, this fight here is much more important in the game controlling perspective, because you got to kill the things to win the things. Ooh. Okay, Mr. Bomber, are you alive? You're off map. There you go. Okay, still alive. You're just off map. 10 kills. Come on. You can do better. I have hope. I have hopes. Yeah, good hit. PlasmaWolf doing is it surprisingly well? I don't know. Surprisingly well is probably not the correct term. He's doing well. He's definitely doing more than holding his own at this point against a much more highly rated player, which is fantastic. There's always something to be said about cheering for an underdog in the match. It's something satisfying when you see someone who is clear underdog playing much more than not really the potential, because if they played as good as they played, then that's clearly part of their potential. But it's always nice to see a player playing a lot better than they usually do. And it happens sometimes, and it's always nice to see. Unfortunately, higher ratings come from players playing consistently well and not just a rare event. But the rare events are nice. This is not our hero bomber. I think our hero bomber is dead. That was a fail bomber. And unfortunately, we do see a lot of fail bombers in this game. They just there was once upon a time when a T1 bomber rush was just the thing that everyone did, and it was okay, I guess. But I kind of feel that some players still kind of linger on that a little bit too much. Although PlasmaWolf not being one of them, because his first T1 bomber was an absolute hero. He was a true T1 hero, like all of us can be. Okay, so we've got nice T1 spam on the field. We've kind of divided the halfway mark. I feel like BlackDeath is kind of a bit more forward. He's got definitely a little bit more forward. He's got that max. His opponent does not. He doesn't have these maxes built up, which he should do, and that is why he is behind an eco by a little bit. Yeah, upgrades on the commander on this map are super useful, even if it's the gun upgrades or the T2 engineering suite. Because if you have the T2 engineering suite on this guy, and then you build a triad over, not a triad, an oblivion turret over here, it controls like half the map. And on not many maps can a T2P point defense control half the map, and it is a cheap unit to control half the map with. And once you have that up, you can always build a TML, which also wrecks face. Thank you to PlasmaWolf for having this mod. This makes casting so much easier, because now I know what upgrade he gets, and it's a nice upgrade. Ooh, bummer. Killing the radar is nice. Radars are expensive. They cost 80 mass. I don't think they're cheap, and it's nice. Your enemy intel for a nice economy advantage, radar advantage for a while. That's what I meant, and you can take advantage of that in some ways. Needs to be said, Aeon have a distinct advantage on this map by having their hover tanks going over the water thingamajiggums. Wait, this, yeah, distinct advantage. This is not a good situation on the beginning, but I feel you don't have enough of these to kill the thing with all them killing the thing. So you probably want to stop DPS in the commander, because all your guys are going to get wrecked, and you then kill the commander, and now you don't have an army. So these guys can just run up here and go into the base and kill the things. Hopefully, do they... Ooh, that's not good either. Nice run by against the P-Gens, which is good. Choosing to focus down the PDs, which is okay. You gotta love them. He should get 2 more because of the explosions. Ooh. How you doing, Mr. Bomber? 1 kill. Probably not going to live long because of these things. They're called interceptors and prowler. T1 interceptors are called a prowler, and what you guys? You guys are called what's it? Conservator. Well, clearly these are the aggressors, and these are the guys who are going to vote for the conservative parties. Although I'm not entirely quite sure. No. Politics bad. Don't talk about politics. The thing is dead. Good. If only that was a conversation you could use in politics. That thing is dead. Actually, you probably don't use that in politics either. Get away from politics, Moose. Get away. We are here from SupremeCommander and killing things because... killing things, really? Okay. These are all robots, okay? No one's really dying. This is a virtual game, okay? This is just fun, right? We come here for fun. We play the game for fun. It's challenging, and yeah. Thank you for listening to me between the ether and the time travel of building 1 or 2 Oblivion Canyons here to just control the map just so much. This just really does so much. Because now to counter these things, we probably want to see Vipers, or probably Vipers, or you just don't raid this part of the map, which is not a good thing either. So probably definitely want to go to T2 from PlasmaWolf in some capacity. Nice T2 mass extractor here. Black Death pulling ahead in the economy lead, really doing some good work. He's got his mass on this side here, and these mass extractors for PlasmaWolf are denied, and he's upgrading to his T2 mexes. Stealth? Why? I guess, yeah, maybe, but really, are you really going to get benefit from stealth on a map like this? Like, sure, you're going to run up there and not be seen on radar, but he knows you're here. Just 1 or 2 interceptors to fly overhead, and then he can see you, and then he can shoot you with a Oblivion Cannon. That's not, I don't know if that's really worth it, but again, PlasmaWolf probably, no, PlasmaWolf is a better player than me, but he's definitely going to get smacked with his Oblivion Turret, so he can't hang around here. So now, Black Death has managed to effectively turtle on the map with 4 Oblivion Turrets, and that is going to put him in an amazing position, and PlasmaWolf is on T1 units mostly. Is there, I think I saw a T2, or did my, no, I think 2 of the little clippy thingies just emerged over and made me think I had a T2. He's just, are you just gonna be there to, or no, he's not gonna just be there is the answer to that question. A bold move from PlasmaWolf with his commander up front, observed by the interceptor, so I'm not really quite sure what benefit he's gonna get from stealth. I don't see a way out of this for PlasmaWolf. I think he is what we call completely fucked, right? I think that's the position he finds himself in. He is behind in the economy, he is behind in position, and this, he has to do like some seriously amazing stuff to stay in this game, and we might see that from this commander. This commander, right, if he can go into the water here and not be seen because he has stealth, and pop up, no, you need to be much more aggressive than this, I think, Mr. Wolf. And if he just walks, right, walk up here, shoots all the power generators, and if he is able to power sword his opponent, maybe he can still stay in the game. If he builds this, that's going to show up on radar, Black Death is going to know something is up, and ooh. You know, it doesn't actually matter how many kills these guys get, and they will get kills, but it is just such complete area denial. He cannot move units here without paying an incredibly high toll, and he doesn't have the economy to pay a toll like that, so this is not a winning proposition at all. And then of course Mass Rex and economy and reclaim and all those lovely good things that we know and love. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know. Let's check his radar. What does stealth do if he can still... Oh, is that the engineer? That's the engineer. Okay, so, but even so, like, why... I don't understand the thing that is happening here. Black Death can now see on radar that you're here, although he isn't reacting. Even so, just walk and blow up with his power generator. You could have done that a minute ago. I think you need to... Or still consider a sniper, you need to really pull a Hail Mary out of the bag. And because this game lasts on for quite a little bit longer than what we have on the clock here, I am going to expect that some major stuff is going to be pulled out of the bag, even if he, yes, power stall him, kill all the P-gens, you might stay in the game. And no, don't hit the ground. Okay, of all the things you should be microing right now, this is the thing you need to be microing. Oh, this thing happening down here on the minimap, just kill the P-gens, you fool. Kill the power generator, yeah, because that'll make all the other things explode. Yeah, kill them all. No, be more aggressive. I don't think he understands the desperate situation he's in. Be more aggressive. That was good. He's almost certainly is power stalled. He's not even power stalled. Oh dearie. Yeah. Oh, there's another one up here. He's could almost okay. So we see PlasmaWolf responding with Vipers, which is the right thing to do. But these things are too expensive, and you're too poor to lose them to a point of fence. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to watch, and I think the rest of this game is actually just going to be hurtful to watch. As PlasmaWolf, I think is just going to desperately try and survive in the game. Be more aggressive. You could have been more aggressive, and you just So he's going back in after running away like a coward. No, kill the power generators. They're all up here. No, it hurts. It actually hurts to watch. Even though he is undoubtedly a better player than me, but be that as it may. This is the thing that happens here, right? You get to watch players who are better than you, and because you have godlike vision, you know what they can or cannot do and shouldn't do. And you don't have to have the worrisome burden of actually having to micro things, so you can just watch and examine the strategic situation of the game, which is fun. It is actually quite fun. But another piece of point defense. So yeah, aggressive turtling. This I think is the correct phrase for what's going on for Black Death. We call it aggressive turtling, and it is amazingly super effective on small maps. He is in a position to actually build a T2 artillery piece here. I believe it's called the Miasma, a personal favorite, and start bombarding his main base. It is super effective and just demands a response from an enemy to attack into a fortified position, and then you get to eat all of his wrecks when they die. Very, very difficult to stop, and as I said, super effective. You probably wanted to build a singular. I tried to say single and singular at the same time, and that just kind of came out as single. Anyway, a single TMD here would have just nullified all of these Vipers, and seeing as he could have built that, he totally should have. Is Black Death finally stalling on energy? He's not stalling, but he's struggling, but he's just rebuilding them, so meh. Not perfectly lined up. I don't know if you can, but not perfectly. But there are definitely more important things in this world to micro. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to click on Observer. +1, we can stay on +1. So T2 Blazers, they're pretty cool too. They're also floaty, which actually fits really nicely with the floaty Aeon tanks. And the Obsidians are, I just don't like them. Is really the point. Whether or not they're cost effective is immaterial in my personal opinion of the matter. That I just don't like them, and that's okay. Sometimes you can just not like a thing. I think that is okay. Like, you just don't like a certain unit, and I guess the thing with the Obsidian is that it's small and stunty and has shields, really, I suppose. It's like, I'd rather... Shields are definitely better than hit points because they can recharge, but it kind of gives me just like a warped perception of how strong they really are. Maybe I'm just not very good at that, but yeah, there we go. Aeon TMD, the best against Vipers because the missiles don't get split up, but apparently Viper spam is pretty good. Here is a pro tip if you're trying to nullify Aeon TMDs. Don't fire them all at the same time. If you fire all your Vipers at the same time, then the one bubble will go up and they'll all get bubbled up, all go for the same bubble. If you want to take out a Aeon TMD with 5 Vipers, right? Attack one, a second later attack the other one, and the third one attack the other one, and then you stagger it so you get a steady income of missiles, and some of them will get through. But if you fire them all at the same time, the bubble will take them all out. So you need to stagger your Viper fire. Doesn't just work with Vipers, it works with all TMD launchers. So if you're going against Aeon, definitely stagger your Vipers. Again, any TML. Tactical missile launcher? No, mobile missile launcher. We don't really call them MMLs, do we? MML is a I think we do call them MMs. I don't know. Anyway, lasers shooting their blue lasers of death. It's more a teal or a turquoise. Still, Plasma Wolf is still not dead, which is good for him. Black Death is not dead either. He suffered some damage to his power generation economy, which apparently didn't seem to hold him back too much. It almost seemed like he overbuilt his power generation, which is not terrible insurance, but not the most economic efficiency, because obviously if you are wasting energy, then you build too many power plants, which could be resources, could be spent on other things. But if you go from the insurance perspective that you want to have more power generators so you're not completely screwed if someone is able to stick behind the back of your base and kill your power plants, then that was a good move. It depends on your perspective. Build. Okay. Yeah, Plasma Wolf, not that bad behind an economy at this stage of the game. He's actually dealt with the PD spam quite effectively. The TMDs came up a little bit late, but he's still bringing the commander up to deal with them. That's going to be expensive. Oh my goodness, look at this mass. You just okay. This is negligent. This is just abhorrent negligence, and I'm sorry, both of you players are awesome and you're nice, but you should be reclaiming. You should be reclaiming all of these. I know both of you have control of this part of the map at different parts of the game. Both of you could have reclaimed this mass, and it hurts me not to see. It physically hurts me, okay, not to see mass being reclaimed. Yeah, it's reclaim your mass. There we go. That's the lesson. Sometimes there is just no hope. Poor little rhino. Okay, so what the player's going to do from this point? I still feel it's almost like I was very pessimistic on Plasma Wolf a little while ago. He does seem to be in a whole position. He managed to do some damage to Black Death's economy. I think he has gone good use of his Vipers. They've really dealt with this defensive spam very effectively. It's really good to see. He's actually staggering his missiles from the Vipers really well, which I think is really being quite effective. There we go. Black Death doesn't really seem to have an answer for it. He still is expecting his TMDs to counter the Vipers, and they are just not. Look how nicely staggered the fire is. This is deliberate. And you see how the bubbles go up together, right? It still means missiles are going to get through. So he needs to have them like in depth, right? So the bubbles don't all launch up at the same time. The bubbles need to be staggered too. That's much more difficult to do. If you had the bubble further forward, it would have a better chance, but that makes it more liable to be blown up. Ooh, the Vipers are left. So okay, Black Death seems to have just spammed his bubbles, or volcanoes as they are correctly known. But I think we are going to call them bubbles for always, because that is the thing that they do. They bubble. They're bubbles of safety, where it is safe and in a comfort zone. Really, it's not really a comfortable zone being in a bubble, because it attracts missiles. That is its core function, is to attract missiles. You do not want to be in the bubble. So you have 1250 hit points and shield. So how many hit points does the shield have? I don't know. Like, how strong are you? When does the shield come back? Better people will understand the answers to these questions, but not me. Do we go to see T3 land? I have a feeling we're probably want to go to T3 land soon. That's another rhino. T2 isn't going to break this, so Plasma Wolf either needs to eco up. Ooh, finally, he is reclaiming the mass. Ooh, nice right in the back, but this is not big enough. This will easily be handled. This is what I like to call a gift of mass to your enemy. You should not do it. And the closer they die to the enemy space, the easier it is for them to reclaim. They're not going to break through. You should be running back. Like, you're just not going to cause damage. And this is just mass that's going to get closer and closer to enemy space. There's a gift. Okay, at least, you know, at least he's trying. I guess that's operative word. He is trying. These engineers, okay, building the mechs is nice. Reclaiming the mass will probably be a better return of investment on the engineering time that they have. Yeah, whoever criticized someone for building the mechs, right? but sometimes you rather want to be reclaiming. Another thing about T2 units is that they are super vulnerable to an overcharge, especially if there is only one. So yeah, don't run them into a commander because just an overcharge is really easy to nullify that. This commander is getting some lovely veterancy, and yeah, a bold move for T2P gens. So this is also good, right? Because he's built his power economy so far forward that now if PlasmaWolf was to build a T2 artillery piece, that could destroy these power generators or force Black Death to build shields. Both good results, so that's an option. And then it could also probably pick up some Oblivion turrets at the same time. Or you can go to T3 and build a T3 artillery piece. But I think both players are finding that this T2 spam is not working particularly well. Especially that this guy is just getting more and more veterans. He's almost veteran. He's going to get to vet 4 now. And this guy is a beast at this point. Gotta get to vet 4. Just one more thing. So he is also super vulnerable to T2 air snipe, whether it's mercies or something else. Not that super vulnerable because PlasmaWolf impresses again. He has preempted that with his a few bangers? Yeah, a few bangers lying around, a little bit of air superiority. But a concerted effort at an air kill spam snipe strategy from Black Death could be really effective here. Especially as commander is so far forward, and like this is just alarm bells, like ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. He's got fighters over your commander. Even though I know it's not coming, that should just be like alarm, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger. You're gonna, and he's running, not quite. I don't think this water is deep enough to protect him, but yeah, he's definitely running like a coward because cowards stay alive. Yep, cowards live because you know what? They're cowardly. And that's never a bad thing. Ooh, bangers are going to have a field day here. Or is there a banger here? Or just interceptors? Okay, going to T3 land, which is what I want because T2 is not working. Also going to T3 land because they both realized apparently at almost exactly the same time that T2 land is not working. Which I told them ages ago, but they didn't listen to me because I am from the future. And again, I've got like vision. Unlike them because they're not cheating. Probably. Boom, 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 boom. Those things died. Okay, commander is still... Ooh. This is a dangerous amount of T2 to face the commander, but he has an easy retreat path and a big gun and lots of hit points, so probably be okay, probably get some good kills. Yeah, just dodge and weave and keep shooting things. He lost this, which is unfortunate, but he has a force appear, so yeah, still kind of okay. No Cerberus turrets because generally Cerberus turrets are regarded as shit. There's the professional term for their quality. Still, they seem to do the job. They're better than T1 PDs, but generally I think more to the point, Cybran players, or yeah, Cybran tends to attract more aggressive players, and you know what isn't aggressive? Stationary defense pieces. Again, nice staggered MML launch missiles, except those two, but you know, we'll forgive them. That one, yeah. But they got through! Yeah, see, staggering works. Staggering can get through. If they all came at the same time, they would be, but... bubbled, but the occasional... Ooh, that was just a bad aim. Yeah, he's having none of it. So, what are you going to build? An artillery piece, which is nice, okay. A brick will always be nice too, but yeah, start with artillery piece. Break this, because I think Black Death must have lost quite a lot of resources in these things that keep getting blown up. A very bold position for power generator, very vulnerable. Also, what Black Death I think should do is, no, he has one. Only one. Doesn't cover that much of his base. If he wanted to be super sneaky. Snooper is a combination of super and sneaky. But if you wanted to be super sneaky, you could build a TML here, and that could definitely snipe things in his base. Or a TML here. It's a bit more difficult to do, but also snipe expensive things, because they could get past this a little bit at least. Or maybe not that one over here, but this one over here. So it's maybe it's a little bit brave, just depending on one TMD. But already two pieces on the trebuchet. This is nothing like a trebuchet. A trebuchet is a catapult. This is not a catapult. This is a name of a catapult, which it is not, as a very literal interpretation of what the thing isn't. But it is a siege piece, and it works as a siege piece, as we can tell, because of all the things that are blowing up. It's pretty, but in the pretty way of reveling in the destruction of your enemies, not in the, ooh, that is a pretty firework. Although if you're sufficiently far away, it is a pretty firework. Emphasis on fire, and it works. Is there 2 now? Are there 2? Yeah, there are 2. You go. These guys do not have a stagger. They can arrive at the same time. What's also really neat is, yeah, a little bit of lull in the game, but ooh, not yet. Harbinger, T3 land, that's going to cause trouble, especially for these guys if they get close enough. So, ooh, how did I miss this guy? Oh, I didn't even get that up. This is bad news. The Rhino's not going to survive. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to tell you some history. Oh my god! That just made me happy in places where it's inappropriate to be happy. Oh, it made me happy again. There are few things as beautiful as that, but oh, poor guy. How is his economy doing? Oh, energy. Hopefully he sorts himself out, because Plasma is actually, he has seriously surprised. I totally wrote him off a while ago, even though I knew the game was a lot longer than it is supposed to be. He somehow managed to stay in the game and is doing quite well. So good job to Plasma. His economy is a little bit wrecked. Yeah, so talking about staggering and fire and things that you can do with artillery pieces is that if your target from artillery piece, this is what they do in the modern military. This is what they do in the modern militaries. If you have an artillery piece and you want to create a concentration of fire, but you only have a few guns, what you can do is if you fire your first shell at a very high trajectory, right? The shell will take a long time to get to your target. If you also fire it at a mid trajectory, it will take a shorter time to reach your target. And then if you fire at a very flat trajectory, it will arrive at your target at the quickest. So, with one artillery piece, you can organize your shells by firing at a high, middle, and low trajectory in sequence. You can have 3 shells arriving at the target at the same time, giving the illusion or the awe effect of having a much higher concentration of fire than the number of guns that you have. It's a very sneaky thing to do, and people do it because it's pretty cool and it works. Because it's all about how much artillery fire you can arrive in a position in the concentration all the time. You want your fire concentrated because that scares the shit out of people. And it's good to scare your enemy, because when your enemy is scared, they run away, which is almost the best result you can have in a military situation. Because when people run away, people don't die. And that's good. Because of obvious reasons. Ooh, bricks. How do bricks do against this amount of spam? And not good enough to be charging. You want to be kiting. Kiting is the opposite of charging. We've got some Medusas, which are... Oh, if you had kited, this would have gone better for you. Well, you might just pull through. Get your veterancies up. Don't stand still. Dodge and weave. I like the fact that they survived. I'm definitely cheering for those bricks. They did a bit too much charging. I would like to see them a little bit more cowardly in the future, because cowards stay alive. Transporting an engineer. No, Harbinger? It's so hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's a Harbinger. Harby? That'd be a Harbinger. So yeah, bringing the interceptors down here to have an interceptor battle, so this thing goes through unnoticed. Bricks causing untold chaos, and oh my goodness, look at this mass. I hope things are going to be reclaiming soon, but I know they're not. Plasma, if you were claiming this mass, I would think so much more highly of you. We have got a Harbinger in the back of the base, which is bad. Maybe this is the right time to build a few Cerberus turrets. Fortunately, a brick arrived at the same time to counter this Harbinger, but is going in exactly the wrong direction. Trebuchet fire in your base is not the best strategy, as it will explode your things. You're not going to survive, are you? A victim of friendly fire, but there wasn't too much about to do with it. I like the fact that the Harbinger stood next to the very expensive power plant, because you can't kill one without the other. So that's good. Use your enemy's friendly fire to full effect. Shields are low. Doesn't seem to care. Charging artillery pieces. Is this the end of Plasma? Or is he bricks? This is not a good situation to be in. Those shields are... But the thing is, you see, Plasma It doesn't know how strong his shields is. I have been defeated. Well, yeah. It was... I am impressed Plasma managed to stick in this long. I think both players made a few... Both players should have reclaimed much better. There was definitely a thing that could have happened. I think both players lingered on T2 land a little bit too long. I think Black Death's Air T1 was a little bit late, giving some capacity for a hero T1 bomber. I think Plasma's best chance of winning the game, and I think he had a very real chance of winning the game, was when he had his commander right there. He built a land factory and other stupid nonsense that had no consequence. If he had not done that and just walked his commander into the base and just blew up all the power plants, I think he probably could have done that. He was in a bad enough situation to warrant that kind of gamble, and if he could have caused a power stall on Black Death, he could have totally won the game, especially considering as how well he did everything else. He handled these point defenses, I would almost say expertly, with his staggered Viper Fire getting through the air on TMD. Definitely showing he ain't no rookie. And then countering with trebuchets, which is also fantastic. Black Death had the fantastic drops in the back with his Harbingers, caused some real damage and disruption. Yeah, considering the score discrepancy between the two players, you could not tell that from the way both the players played and how they measured up to each other. Either PlasmaWolf played... I think PlasmaWolf played much better than what his rating suggested. I don't think there were any core major mistakes from Black Death. Maybe he was a little bit too turtly, although I know from personal experience, turtling on this map can be super effective. He probably wasn't really even given the opportunity to build a T2 artillery piece, and I know people think that's kind of weak and lame and a bit gamey, but it really works. Like super duper, and really forces your opponent to attack the artillery piece instead of, yeah, worrying up or doing that, or his base gets totally destroyed by artillery piece, and all building shields, and it's just bad. One T2 artillery piece just completely changes the dynamic of the game. So effective. Okay, so that is all from me. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, bye.